For the ServSafe Manager exam, you must understand the fundamentals of bacterial growth, starting with how they reproduce. Bacteria reproduce through a process called binary fission, where one cell grows and splits into two identical daughter cells. The exam will test your knowledge of how quickly this happens under ideal conditions. When all fat tom conditions are met, especially when a time temperature control for safety, or TCS food, is left in the temperature danger zone, bacteria can double their population in as little as 20 minutes. This rapid exponential growth is a critical concept. An exam question might present a scenario where a single bacterium contaminates a food item. You need to know that in just 7 hours, that one cell can multiply into over 1 million. This isn't just a trivia fact. It's the scientific reason why the 4-hour rule for holding food in the danger zone is so strict. The temperature danger zone, as defined by the FDA Food Code, is between 41 degrees Fahrenheit and 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Bacteria grow fastest in the middle of this range, from 70 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. A common exam trap is to underestimate the consequences of small time and temperature abuses. Leaving a pot of chili to cool on the counter for a few hours is a perfect scenario for dangerous bacterial growth. Now let's discuss two specific types of bacteria the ServSafe exam focuses on: spore formers and toxin producers. Spore-forming bacteria, like Clostridium perfringens and Bacillus cereus, have a defense mechanism. When conditions are unfavorable, such as during cooking, they can form a protective shell called a spore. These spores can survive cooking temperatures. Then, when the food is improperly cooled and sits in the temperature danger zone, the spores can germinate back into vegetative cells and begin to multiply rapidly. This is why improperly cooled meats, stews, and rice dishes are frequently linked to these bacteria. A more complex exam trap involves toxin-producing bacteria, like Staphylococcus aureus and some strains of Bacillus cereus. These bacteria produce harmful toxins as they grow in food. The critical point to remember for your exam is that these toxins are often heat-stable. This means that even if you reheat the food to a safe temperature like 165 degrees Fahrenheit, which kills the bacteria, the toxin remains in the food and can still make someone sick. An exam question might describe a situation where contaminated food was left out, then thoroughly reheated before serving. Yet customers still became ill. The answer is the presence of these heat-stable toxins. To remember this, use the phrase, "Spores survive the cook, but toxins can't be shook." This shortcut helps distinguish between the two threats. Spores survive the heat to grow later, while heat-stable toxins are the poison left behind that even reheating can't shake. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.